Hello folks, Raymond Bell here with O.A.T.S. What we're about to show you by video that was filmed live at Virginia Tech is what is known in the equine world as integrating horses. We film it and show it as well as do it live at various functions, schools, and other locations by request to demonstrate the dramatic effects of bullying in our society. It needs to be checked, if you will, as to how our conduct is being interpreted to others around us. Pretty much now everything's kind of quieting down. Everybody's kind of keeping their own space. You'll note that Apache, the playful one, right there with Bo again on the left side of the screen, still wanting to roughhouse a little bit, remembering the days they played before they were separated, kind of reunion of old friends. And so how many of us like to gather with old friends, we haven't seen them for a while, and just chit and chat? Getting a good close look here at our alpha Bo. As you can see, his left eye is in good shape with the right eye there as he came up. Has no vision in it. This is Apache coming by close to the camera now. Just a little bit of activity as horses are agile creatures, like to move around, like to be busy. Sometimes we're asked, do horses like to work or to be ridden? They do, just as you and I are most happiest when we are productive or being used in a useful capacity and have something to offer to the environment around us. So it is with horses. So they very much enjoy the company of the humans. Often, of course, that is indicative as to humans' behavior, whether or not we have earned the trust of the horse and have partnered with it, as opposed to trying to dominate it and force it into activities that perhaps it is not in favor of doing at that particular time. As you see, they move periodically to the members of the staff that are there. This is part of their safety and comfort. That's Cassius. He just suddenly decided he would bolt out of the way. I think Alpha, the Bo there, the Alpha, probably told him to get away from that one horse Heart. Here we go with some play antics now. Apache trying to roughhouse with Bo and play around. We often see this in the pastures, especially between these two when they're together. We'll see if they're going to do anything else for us. One horse named Prissy there, who is a Pasofino. That's the one that doesn't really have an identity, just kind of hangs out with whoever she thinks ought to be her friend for the day. She's still trying to encourage Bo to have a little playtime, a little fun. Trying to get him to stand still, probably, so he can rear up, as he likes to do. Bo started to give him a little bit of a kick there, turned his butt or angle a certain way. So body posture is a big part of the equine language of horses as they communicate. They have tremendous vision, some 320 degrees, so they see pretty much everything around them simultaneously. And so can easily determine when a horse is indicating to them displeasure, which generally is the swinging of the butt and flexing of certain muscles, as well as the leg beginning to get caught. Sometimes it happens very quickly, sometimes very slowly. Very likely one of the most misunderstood areas of equine activity with humans and horses is safety. As you can see, none of these horses have injured themselves. None of the staff along the rails was ever in danger. You also will draw your attention to the fact that we don't have any halters on these horses. There is a direct correlation to the injuries to humans going up with the amount of tack used also increasing. So anytime you put a halter on, a lead line, or a saddle, the more you tack that horse up, the more likely the human is going to get injured. Does that mean we don't use tack? No. That simply means that the safest environment is untacked horses in open areas with humans interacting safely. So in other exercises we do, if you've seen some of our other videos or been to some of our live exhibitions, you know that we walk among the horses freely and do so with ease, as well as a certain amount of understood safety. Obviously, you don't want to put your foot near a hoof. They weigh a lot more than us. Obviously, if a horse turns its butt, whether just turning around, you simply want to move out of the way. But if we will allow the horses to be horses and humans to be humans, and to then interact with each other accordingly, we can easily be safe. As you see there, the staff member who is playing with that particular horse, they kind of have a reputation of roughhousing, where the staff member will sometimes go out and roughhouse with the horse, that being Cassius. Cassius wasn't really quite in the mood. A lot going on in the ring, getting introduced to everybody, newcomers. The Alpha, as you saw, moved, as he should, right to that point to kind of inspect what that staff member was doing, to read the intent. We know from specific behavior of horses whether or not somebody is actually under the influence of any narcotic or drug when they enter our exhibition or exercises, as well as horses give off a precise act or language, if you will, when we're working with clients, and they lie relative to a particular subject. So there's a lot of information you can gather from the equine language. Most are familiar with this concept through horse whispering, and that is, of course, what we do. But what you're seeing here in the narration of it is relative to herd dynamics. In other words, we pay attention and learn how horses are communicating from horse to horse, as well as from horse to horse and horse to person. Therefore, when the clients are in the sessions, they are then brought to a self-awareness of the actions of the horse and how it pertains sometimes to their own particular conduct. So then, as we are now leaving our herd, as they continue to get to know each other and to kind of play around and romp a little bit, we hope you take the time to look into equine assistant psychotherapy and discover the O.A.T.S program. We're available to host the clients on our sites, as well as the mobile team that brings the horses right to the school settings and into the hospital settings. Equine assistant psychotherapy is an excellent tool for increasing grades among students, communication and teamwork skills among teams, executive groups, Boy Scout troops, as well as clients who work individually with the horses, rediscovering anew and afresh the issues that we all deal with in our life on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for watching.